Welcome to Mama's Barley. I'm gonna wait for you to come in. Thought I'd just come on tonight and see what everybody's doing. What's going on in your neck of the woods? What's going on in your neighborhood? That's interesting. I heard a very, very sad story today from a good friend, and it just broke my heart. I think that could happen in such a small town. It's very hurtful to see and hear about. Thought I'd come on and say hello to everybody and see what everybody's up to. Welcome. So, what's going on in your neighborhood today? Anything interesting? Guys, I heard a story today that was just mind-blowing. Unbelievable. This happened about 5-6 days ago in a small town. A newborn baby was found by some railroad tracks. And of course, some people walking found this child. It was a newborn. He was deceased. It was a boy. Hi, Jerry. How are you? But they have not been able to determine who had this baby. They're investigating in the area right now to try to find out who the mother may have been. And so far, it's turned up no leads. I feel very sorry for. They're going to do a little memorial, I think, for this baby that was found by these railroad tracks. It was pitiful. You know, as much, that goes on this day and time, I know that you can still, release a baby, a newborn, or any child for that matter, to a fire department, a rescue squad, a hospital, anything, and you're not going to get in trouble for it. But for some reason, this person decided to, I don't know if she had this child in the woods or she had it down by this railroad track or what, but they said that there was, and this is just sad, trigger warning to anybody out there who's had a deceased baby. The child had, I think they said paper towels stuffed in its mouth. It's so sad to hear this. But anyway, in this little town, they're doing an investigation. They're trying to find out who had this child. They have found some towels and a heater box. For some reason, they think that these towels and this heater box, maybe that's what she laid on while she had the baby. I don't know. But this is a very small little town that I'm talking about. And you would think that with all, and this one little area is a very close-knit neighborhood. And you would think that somebody would notice a person that was pregnant one day and not pregnant the next. But, you'd be amazed. Sometimes people can hide, just about anything. They hide their pregnancies. But why in this world anybody could do what this person done, have a baby and put Kleenex or tissue, whatever, in its mouth, and basically, you might as well say suffocate the child and leave it beside a cold railroad track, when she could have easily turned this child over to law enforcement, to the hospital, to a fire department, please, people, talk to your children, talk to your, and honestly, I don't think this was a teenager. I think this was a drug addicted adult who did this. You know, addiction is bad, but I mean, I'm sorry to kill your own child just so you can continue on with the party. I can't get that. I just can't get it. I mean, what was so important that this person didn't have time to just take this child and drop it off at the emergency room? You know, I mean, if she thought that this was going to be a secret, you know, I mean, they didn't even go to any lengths as far as covering up the baby or hiding it or burying it, nothing. Just left it laying beside some railroad tracks. I guess maybe on that box. I don't know if they covered it up with those towels or, you know, exactly. I know they sent the baby's body off to a medical examiner's office, and they'll know a lot more about it, you know, once the results, I guess, from that come back. But it's just a shame. You know, that's just one story I heard today. Yeah, Jerry, I'd assume she would, but I mean, isn't that the whole purpose of not of leaving the child? She didn't want it to be found. Yes, the baby's dead. Hi, South Michigan Maid. How are you? Media. Sorry. We were just talking about a baby that was found by some railroad tracks. The mother left the child, deceased, had put either toilet paper, some form of tissue in its mouth. I guess that's how it passed away. But it's just so sad that people think, it's even this day and time, that they've got to, you know, go to this kind of length to get rid of another human being, a newborn baby, when they could have easily just turned it over to the fire department, the rescue squad. I mean, even in the area where that baby was found, I think somebody would, you know, she could have knocked on the door and run and left that baby sitting on the steps, and somebody would have took that baby in and made it warm and seen that it got took care of. I mean, if she was trying to hide it, you know, but I'm wondering if maybe something did happen to the mother, possibly. You just never know. I don't want to go so far as to say the mother is the one who left it. It may not even be the case, because you never know what really happened there. Only the people that left that baby there, or the person that left that baby there, knows exactly what happened. But it's just a shame. They're doing a little memorial for it, and they're putting up teddy bears and down next to where the railroad tracks goes back into the neighborhood area where the baby was found. But it's just sad. I guess I just wanted to talk. It's just a shame. But I don't think it would have been a teenager that was scared. I think it was probably because the area that the child was found in was behind a street that is known, from what everybody said, is known for a lot of abandoned houses and druggies. So I'm thinking that it might have been one of those people that left that child down there. Hello, Chelsea. How are you? It was in Richmond County, North Carolina, down where a friend of mine lives. And they were telling me about it. I was on the phone with them. It's very sad. But it was a baby boy. So tonight, guys, say a little prayer for that little fella. I'm sure he's resting peacefully in God's arms, but say a little prayer for him. We don't know who he belonged to or, anything else. And I'd like to also say a little prayer for his mother, because you never know you know, what the situation was. I don't want to pass judgment on her yet until I know more about it. I will update you guys on it as I find out more information. But it's just very sad. So how's everybody tonight? What did we have for dinner tonight? South Michigan media. I had beans and taters. What'd you have? What'd you guys have for dinner tonight? Anything interesting happened today in you guys' neighborhoods, or any stories you've heard about? I was just wondering, you know, if any of you had heard anything. I also noticed on there that, and I do want to say something about this. I think it's pretty bad. NetNet gave her story, I believe, online. She done a video and told her story about, you know, domestic violence or what have you, what happened to her. And I just want to send out my thoughts to her tonight. I don't know what the situation was, or I know she has a deceased child, and I want to send out my condolences about that. I mean, it didn't just recently happen, but I know it's in the forefront of her mind right now because of people making fun of her and such, and I think that's just wrong. You know, she probably done those videos as a way to help somebody else who's dealing with domestic violence, not to have somebody come back and make fun of her or point fingers or what have you. That's just wrong, because nobody knows the situation she was in except for her. And you can't really say what you would do or wouldn't have done if you wasn't there in that moment. And no, you know, I think that's pretty sad. But looks like everybody is just really kind of quiet tonight. Haven't heard anything else really going on in the neighborhood. What do you mean by that, Jerry? Do you think these people make up stories just to garner donations like Maddie and her life? What do you mean by that? Like who? Who would you be referring to? Oh, South Michigan media, I saw that too. I raised my son not to lay his hands on a woman. And he made it a long many years before he actually had to. And when I say had to, he did put his hands on her, but not to hit her or slap her, ball up his fist, none of that. But he did shove her around to get away from her. And even that made him feel bad enough to call me on the phone. He was very upset by it. But he had been seeing this person for about a year, and she actually would hit him. She had come from an abusive relationship prior, and I guess that's basically what she was used to doing. It's fighting, and I guess she thought that she was going to get a fight out of him, but he didn't play into it. They're no longer together, but I mean, I've seen that happen. Just because you're a male does not mean that you can't be abused, mentally or physically. I can go along with that. It's bad. I've seen some pretty bad cases of it. I've seen young girls that have been with older guys that just want to control their whole life, and they don't get what they want. And it's almost like they're playing the parent role instead of, but they're not using a belt or a switch. They're balling up their fist, you know, and I don't think that's right. I don't think anybody should be putting their hands on anybody else, male or female. You know, if it gets to that point, you need to turn around and walk away. Because nobody deserves that. Nobody. I've been playing around with my junk journaling, trying to collect up some more things and get a little more knowledge on it. Guys, I hope you come and join me on Friday. We're going to try to start journaling, and I'm going to try to make a journal, doing the junk journaling. So I hope you get out here and get you some supplies together. Even if you just get a journal that you buy, that's fine. We'll decorate it together. Get some markers and some colored pencils and some old books, scrapbook material, and maybe some cereal boxes. We're going to make some covers. I'm going to try to do a cover for a journal that I already have. Just trying to do things different. I don't want to argue and continue to have issues and always a problem over here. I want to have some fun. I'm not into constantly bickering or constantly talking about my fellow YouTubers. I'd like to uplift my fellow YouTubers and encourage them, and you know, get behind them when they need us, and you know, be a real community. That's what I would like. It's kind of hard to do that when you've got some that just all they want to do is bash you and put you down. You know, I don't like that. I like to have fun. I like to have a good time. I like to have friends. And even Shady, I mean, if she would stop acting the way she acts, like she's, you know, greater than thou, you know, over there, and come back down to earth where she was when she first came on, I could, you know, let things go and move forward. But this woman just won't stop. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and continue to take it. I mean, she's done a lot of harm to another person. It's not just me here. So, and what she's done, I mean, it's really, when you start doxing people, that means you've got nothing. You don't have anything that you can pull, no other card to lay down when you have to go that far as to dox somebody. That means you've got nothing. I mean, does that make you the winner? No. Actually makes you the loser. Because, I mean, what's your end game with that? What happens if somebody goes to that person's house, or where you put their address out there and pictures of their house? What are you going to do if somebody goes to that house and hurts somebody there? And maybe they don't even live there. I mean, how are you going to feel then? This doxing stuff needs to stop. And if the person that you're following doxes people, unsubscribe. Let them know off gate. You're not wanting to be involved nor part of any of that rhetoric, because that's what it is, and it can cause harm to people. You never know what anybody out there is going to do. People are mean these days. You've got to be careful sometimes with your own family. I mean, much less people, strangers that you don't know. You don't know what nobody's going to do from one minute to the next. And some of these different drugs that they're on out there now, they hallucinate, they imagine things that's not there. I mean, I saw on there earlier tonight where a man killed 12 of his neighbors. I mean, what was he thinking? He was on something. I think they said he was on meth. He killed 12 of his neighbors, guys. Maybe he thought all those people were after him. And I got a story for you about one situation like that. I'm going to tell you tomorrow night. It's about my ex-boss lady and what she went through she's no longer here. But I'm going to tell you that story tomorrow night, so be sure to tune in tomorrow night to hear that. You just don't know what you're putting in your body and what it's going to cause you to do these days. You really don't. You know, and it's getting really now where they're mixing the upper and the downer together, and that's their thing now. I guess it started out maybe as a way to keep from nodding out where they do their age or their Betty or whatever it is. But they have started using the M or the C mixed in with it when they shoot it. And that's like speedballing. I mean, your body ain't gonna know what to do, start or stop. I mean, and it's just getting worse and worse, guys. I mean, the things that these people, the younger generation is doing now is completely different. I mean, we would have never thought about doing something like that as I was growing up as a teenager. I mean, the worst thing that I ever done as a teenager was smoke some weed. I mean, I never would have thought to go in my bathroom cabinet and pull out some paint or a spray paint or I've heard of people using that, the stuff that you use to spray the lint stuff off your computer keys. They're getting high off of that. It's like, it's unbelievable what these people are using these days. It just blows my mind. And we never would have done that. We would have been too scared. We would have thought, that might kill me, you know, I'm not going to do that. But it's like these people have absolutely no common sense. I mean, I don't get it. I can't even think the way they think these days. It's unbelievable to me. Does anybody have any questions, or is there anything that you guys would like to hear about going forward in another video? Any questions whatsoever? I just thought I'd hop on here tonight and see what everybody was into. And and by the way, I'm still waiting on a couple of phone calls. I got one, but I wanted to wait about the Shady case, and I will be updating you guys tomorrow. Either way, I was going to give them enough time to call me back from one office, but if not, I plan to call back myself. And the reason I'm doing this, by the way, is because she put somebody else through a whole lot of bull crap. People harassing her, going to her Facebook, to her Instagram. Plus, she was trying to tell everybody it was me that was in jail, and I wasn't. I've been on vacation I was on vacation for over a month and a half. And then I took the rest of that other month to situate some jobs that I plan to start once I get out of the truck. But all that's took care of now, and I'm back. But, I mean, honest to God, I didn't even know anything about any of that until I come back on YouTube. And then I had to go and make a call to find out, whoa, what happened here? Why are they saying that everybody thinks that I was in jail? I mean, it just blew my mind, guys. But that is why. And yes, I'm going to follow through with it, because I don't think that what she's doing over there is okay. And unless you give it back to her, she's one of those kind that just can't learn, won't learn, as they say. But anyway, we'll get into that more tomorrow. But if nobody has any questions or anything, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here and see if I can't find me something, and sit back here and chillax a little bit and enjoy the ride. But we will get back with you tomorrow. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming.